here's an opportunity, here's a campaign, a chance for you to connect with your database, people you're connected with, your sphere of influence, to let them know that the third Monday of every month you're there at Project Hero, donating your time, volunteering your time. You could tie that into your brand, and using our 7 steps of every time you have an event of how you keep in touch with your customer. If you do that 4 times a year, you don't even need a customer database, a CRM, to have to remind you to call people, because these campaigns with 7 touches each built into them, that's 28 touches to your clients every year. Not one is a sales pitch. You throw in a birthday card and a Christmas card, and there's 30. And that doesn't even count if they actually do business with you and you take them through your sales process in that way.
It also doesn't account for the new trend, that being social media, which actually allows, it blurs that line between professional and personal, which we love because people do business with people. And so you get this opportunity to touch them 365 times, however many times you want to get online and say hello.
So whereas our system used to be 30, now we say 30 is nothing.
Mm-hmm. And so a touch is really just saying, hey, Eric and Angel, I was thinking about you.
Yes.
You sent me an email this week, Jonathan.
In a couple different ways, many different ways, but ultimately that's what's just saying is you matter enough to me that you made it into my consciousness. Is that accurate?
Absolutely, yes. It doesn't have to be really contrived. It doesn't have to be repetitive or forced. If you think of somebody, let them know you were thinking of them. Pick up the phone. Drop them an email. Say hello on Facebook.
Send them a handwritten note.
Your brand follows you every time your face or your voice or your name is back in front of your customer. The thing, we hear that people do business with people they like and trust. The thing is, if you are not there, if your brand's not in front of them, if they're not thinking about you when they're in a conversation with somebody else, or at the moment, I would say, of their pain. I think actually that's your word. The moment of their pain, then they're not going to refer you, or they might not do business with you. I have a girlfriend who's a realtor, and she ran into a friend, an associate at the grocery store, and this lady said, "Oh, Mary, you are going to be so excited. I just signed my house with somebody in your office." And Mary said, "Well, why didn't you sign it with me? I'm a realtor. We've been in book club together. We go to church. We're in the same neighborhood." And this lady, honest to God, she said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just didn't even think about you." Mm-hmm. And as sad as that might sound, it's very real. We are bombarded as consumers with so many messages and so many other marketing branding that if your brand isn't on the tip of my tongue at that moment, I'm going to go buy with somebody else. This 30 touches ensures that when somebody is thinking about your product, your industry, that it's your brand they're talking about, referring, and buying from.
Now, I'm sitting here thinking that there's got to be different qualities of touches, and there could be touches that are, quote, good, and then there could be touches that annoy.
Absolutely.
Can you say anything about that?
Absolutely. You'll get a note card in the mail from somebody saying, "Thank you, I appreciate your business. And oh, by the way."
We try to avoid the "oh, by the way."
If you know anybody who can use my services, please give them my number. And I think that "oh, by the way" to me is a turnoff, because as consumers, we're pretty smart. I don't need you to tell me that you want referrals, because have you ever had a financial planner sit down with you and they'll go through the whole product, or any salesperson? They'll go through their whole product and you're ready to close up the deal. And they're packing up to go home, and they say, "Oh, by the way, do you have a list of 10 other people that you can think of that would use my services? And this is a pretty common sales tactic, is to ask for the referral. And I think at that moment, I haven't used your service yet. I've just met you. I've just bought in. I haven't actually used it. I can't recommend you and refer you to my friends yet because I haven't used you. You haven't done anything that's making me want to talk about this experience. If you create that experience that I want to talk about, such as that author calling to thank somebody for buying his book, I will talk about you. I will refer you. And I will send others to do business with you. And when I do, they are genuine. You're not just getting my address book where now you have to cold call them and say, hey, Angel recommended you, because no, Angel didn't. It's, what was I going to that?
It's a full endorsement. It's a comprehensive endorsement. You're not just getting our address, you're getting my heart. You know, I'm behind this now. And if I'm behind it, you know, we talk about the political structure sometimes, and without going too political, there's probably 20% of the people who will always do anything you ask. They're going to take your call. They're going to do whatever you want. They're pro you.
Vote for you.
Yeah. And then there's the other 20% of the people on the other side of the spectrum who really, it doesn't matter how nice you look or what kind of a good person you are, they disagree with you and they don't want to have anything to do with you.